Hello, people of YouTube. Hello, silver stackers. Hello, coin roll hunters. Welcome to my little corner of the internet. This is Michael from Penny Haven, and first off, if you have yet to do so, please hit that subscribe button, then give it a like, then come back over here and hit that bell icon so you know when my new videos come out. Alright, if you haven't guessed yet, this video is going to be about a coin from across the pond. And I do like a bit of theatricality, don't I? And I've been wanting to do this video for quite a while, and it's going to be my first deep dive on a single coin in quite some time. So I'm very excited to share this with you. And this coin specifically was brought to mind when I was recently rereading a book that I really, really enjoy. Love this book. It is Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norrell by Susanna Clarke. And this is the US first edition that I read back in 2005. Read a couple times since. It's basically a historical fiction. It's like a rewriting of history. It takes a period of time, in this case, the Napoleonic Wars and the beginning of the madness of King George III, and it injects this subplot of English magic returning to the world, embodied by the two title characters. It's great. You get that, that bit of history, and then you get fantastical stories over it. It's just a really good read. I enjoy it a lot. And they mention this coin quite a bit all throughout it, and I was curious, and I ended up looking it up, and fascinating history, so I knew I had to share it with you. So I will also, if you're interested, put a link to this book in the description below. And as I do with lots of books that I really like, I will eventually get the audiobook as well, so I can, revisit it without taking all the time to read the physical copy again. And I'm actually currently listening to this book 32 hours. If you sign up for Audible, you get one free book, and a 32-hour book is a pretty great choice. So, what is the coin, you ask? The coin is the Golden Guinea. You may have heard that term tossed around. It's got a very cool history, so I'm going to start in on that right now. So the Golden Guinea, it was minted from 1663 to 1814. And I'm just going to give a truncated history of the run because I believe that some of the most interesting stories come up after the coin was no longer being minted. So the first guinea was struck the 6th of February, 1663. And it was around 91% pure gold. It was 1 inch in diameter, and it was worth £1, or 20 shillings. The price of gold then started to increase the value, and in the 1680s, the coin went up to £1, 2 shillings, or 22 shillings. And the guinea was not the actual name of this coin. Much of the gold for the coin came from the Guinea coast in Africa. And there were actually many reverses on the coin that incorporate an elephant. So the first monarch on the coin was Charles II. And this guy, I'll put a picture up here, had a great nose. He had a Shana schnoz. He had a prominent proboscis, if you will. So it's an image of him wearing a laurel wreath. It's a right-facing bust, and it says, Carolus tu Dei gratia, which means Charles II by the grace of God. And the reverse has the 4 shields of England, Scotland, France, and Ireland, and the legend reads, Mag biar fra et hib rex, which means of Great Britain, France, and Ireland king, and it has a milled edge to deter coin clipping. Now, coin clipping was a common practice back in the day with precious metal coins, where people would, through various means, they would shave a little bit off the edge, and then just keep circulating the coin as its full value, and then they would keep all those shavings aside and melt it down into bullion, or even counterfeit another coin with it. So the milled edge, it kept people from doing the shaving. And I'll put a picture in here of some precious metal shavings from old coins. It's pretty interesting. There was also another method, I forget what it was called, but they would put all the precious metal coins into a bag and they would shake it and shake it. Then they would take the coins out and gather the little bits that would have come off, and that was a more natural way. It looked more like natural wear, so they wouldn't get caught as easily. And you did not want to get caught because it could be sometimes punished by death for coin clipping. Okay, back to the guinea coin. Okay, so King James II was then on the coin, and he was removed in the Glorious Revolution of 1688, and he was replaced by his daughter, Mary. And Mary and Prince William of Orange were co-monarchs, so they were both on the obverse, which is pretty unique. Then Mary died in 1694, and William III reigned alone. Then it was Queen Anne from 1702 to 1714, George I from 1714 to 1727, and in those 13 years, there were 5 different portraits. Then George II from 1727 to 1760, 33-year reign. He had 8 obverses and 5 reverses. And the reverse of his coin, he has like the busiest reverse. It says, King of Great Britain, France and Ireland, Defender of the Faith, Duke of Brunswick and Lunenburg, Arch-Treasurer and Elector of the Holy Roman Empire. Okay, someone likes all of their titles equally. Then we get to George III. Very infamous King George. He reigned from 1738 to 1820, which was during the Revolutionary War. So if you see old Revolutionary War movies and you hear people saying death to King George or cursing King George, that's him, King George III. And you may have also heard of him through the madness of King George, because the end of his reign, he was not well mentally. So yes, his reign was 59 years, 3 months, and 3 days, which was the longest reign until Victoria, who reigned for 63 years, 7 months, and 2 days. So he started to go mad in 1810. And George IV, or the Prince Regent, he just reigned in his place, basically, from 1811 until his death in 1820. So in 1813, 80,000 guineas were struck to pay the Duke of Wellington's army as he was fighting Napoleon in the Pyrenees. And the locals only accepted gold. So the guinea that was struck was referred to as the military guinea because it was only struck for that purpose, to pay the soldiers. And that guinea was worth 27 shillings. In 1816, they had the great recoinage. The gold coin that came in after that was called the sovereign, which is what they still have today, and it has a very familiar reverse. So the term guinea was used to indicate 21 shillings long after they stopped actually making the coin. It was thought to be a very aristocratic term, so the prices for doctors' fees and legal fees was quoted in guineas. Purchases of land, horses, art, bespoke tailoring, custom tailoring, furniture or white goods, which would be major household appliances and things like that, and general luxury items were all denoted in guineas. And this lasted until a couple years after decimalization in 1971. They stopped making it in 1816, and 150 years later, they're still using the term. In fact, they are still using the term today in a very, very specific way. It is used for the prices of horses at auction. And here's the way that works. So the buyer will pay the fee in guineas, and the seller will receive the same number in pounds. And the difference therein will go to the auctioneer. It's basically your 5 penny per pound will go, and that's the auctioneer's 5% commission. It's kind of a brilliant system that it works out that way. And in 2013, a special bimetal 350th anniversary coin was struck by the Royal Mint to commemorate the first guinea being made, and that's one of the reasons I delayed this video, is because I was waiting for this coin to arrive. And there I told you to remember the spade guinea, because they used that as the reverse. It's very cool. And on the edge of the coin, I love how they do this with coins in the UK, there's a quote around the edge, and it says, "What is a guinea? 'Tis a splendid thing." And that quote is attributed to Stephen Kemble in 1809. And I agree, Stephen. The guinea is a splendid thing. And they also did a gold strike that year. Another Gold Guinea as a commemorative. I could not afford that one. But the Golden Guinea is one of those bucket list coin collection items. It's on my list. I would one day like to own a quarter or half eagle golden coin, American golden coin with the native obverse. And I would like to own any Gold Guinea. Yeah, so if you've got one and you feel like donating it to the channel, go ahead. You can have the highest tier benefits on my Patreon for life. All right. Good deal, huh? Okay, so I'm going to get out of here now. I really had a lot of fun researching this. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you liked some of this information. Let me know if you want me to do more of these deep dive informational videos in the future. Okay, so check out my Patreon supporters. Their name's going to appear right after this. Time to get out of here. This is Michael from Pennyhaven. Happy hunting.